Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. And yes, you do see the picture. That is Kai Cenat and Gabrielle Alea. I think that's how you pronounce her name. So, over the media for the last couple of days, Kai announced that he is single. And he's not looking forward to get back into a relationship anymore. So, I'm guessing and we all see that they both broke up. Him and Gabrielle. I think I'm saying her name right. Is it Gabriella? Child, it's whatever, y'all. But I'm gonna do a quick reading on what happened. When we see some allegation of maybe Gabriella was cheating. Hey, to me, something happened. But child, the energy giving me that it does look like it's towards her. So looking like Gabriella is the common denominator of why their relationship ended. So what I'm about to do is get into their energy of what happened between the breakup. So before I do, this reading is for entertainment purpose only. This reading is for entertainment purpose only. I don't know these people. Just understand this is for entertainment and allege. Okay? Now, let's see. What happened what caused the breakup between Kai and Gabriella? What caused the breakup? So let's see. So you may hear a little noise in the background. It's my machine going off. So I am washing clothes. And it's very loud. So I am so sorry about the noise, y'all. But I will make this video voice a little louder as much as I can. So I'm just going to get into these two energies and see what caused the breakup between Kai Cenat and Gabrielle Alea. I think that's her name. I always felt like he was more into her than she was into him. I always felt that. But I didn't say nothing. I really, didn't. But then I was like, okay, maybe he felt like he found the one. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, boo. You was more into her than she was into you. So we'll finish these real quick. Let me finish. One more shuffle. We'll see what happens. Alright. Ooh, we got player energy. Ooh, chat. We got player energy. Start off with my first three cards. We have the High Priest in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Then we have the Lover's card reverse. Child, this is a breakup. Finally. Oh, oops, sorry. Not like that, okay? Not like that. All right. So the High Priest, it talk about in reverse. It can talk about lack of emotion or control, and that's have been a secret. Like somebody been keeping a deep secret, and they're having. It looks like you're keeping a secret and you hiding things, but then you also had an agenda behind the things that you was doing. That's what it giving. Okay. Now the Knight of Swords in reverse talk about somebody are lacking of, well, they can be promiscuous, but also they are lacking in you can say commitment, but you can also look at it as someone who just been not, I would say going into I'm trying to get it. So they can be a lot of aggressiveness. It can be a lot of aggressiveness, but it can also talk about just going into being and I would say that I could look at this being not determined. Like you ain't trying to work enough. But it would the energy of this is just giving out like of somebody just giving out a bad advice, somebody doing bad things. You're not being committed. So that's the energy of the Knight of Swords. The Lovers is talk about breakup, baby. Okay, it's in reverse. So it means there have been a decision of making to end something. And it was a lack of maturity. Okay? Hold on. I'm going to pull more cards. So, here we go with the Nine of Wands upright. 10 of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. Ooh, I can tell you what that is. And 2 of Swords in reverse. Now, the 9 of Wands upright talk about someone is like have to put up a protection. Like they got to protect themselves. The ones in the back is like, I can look at it. It's like people who was crowded around that person and like trying to guard. I mean, you're putting up a guard against a lot of people, but you're fighting for yourself because listen, didn't Kai talk about him going through his struggles with depression and people made fun of him? And that was like, yes, of course it was a part of his issue with his relationship, but there were other things on top of that. But then you got people who has to like not I can say bully, or you can say just being ugly about your mental health, and that's wrong. Now listen, I will always be a vouch for mental health because anybody can go through this. Okay, so that's what the 9 of Wands is giving me. Next, I have the 10 of Swords in reverse. Now, somebody about to rise above these enemies or rise above their haters. And, also it can talk about having a new beginning, moving on, being blessing in disguise, honey. And just erasing the erasing the problems, the issues, and, letting go of that difficult past. But also, like I said, he's standing up for himself and he is going to prove to the haters wrong. Okay, now Queen of Swords in reverse. Now this is a older woman. Now I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. Now I do notice that what's her name, Gabriella, have a mother. I saw something about there was something on social media about how the mother was getting involved into her daughter relationship, and I feel like this person was like, this could be an older woman, it could be the mother, who were making some suggestions that she shouldn't have. And, sometimes mothers can be an issue in your relationship. 9 out of 10 of the time, they can be, not all mothers are like that because they can show jealousy. Because this is what the Queen of Swords in reverse represent. Someone who's very, emotional, blackmailing or corrupted. And they can be, I can't think of the word right now, but more so they just seem very, Lord have mercy. But I just know that the mom she had her 2 cents and it wasn't the time. That's all I got to say, because she could have kept what she had to herself and let these 2 young people make up their decisions their own. I have the 2 of Swords in reverse. This is like I had to make a choice. My choice it might have been difficult, but I had to make a choice, and I chose my sanity, even though it may not been right at the moment, but it's no right or wrong in the situation. So there's no right or wrong in the situation. So I have to choose what will be right for me. 2 of Swords in reverse. Now I have the Empress in reverse. Someone who's being created blocked. Someone who's was unfaithful. This is the Empress can represent as someone who was unfaithful. Hey, it does speaks in how he felt because his ex-girlfriend was unfaithful. She wasn't right. And there may have been some other things that she have done when it can cause with something to do with infertility. You know, I look at this as a card of a miscarriage. Yes. I look at this card as a miscarriage. Also, I have the Strength card in reverse. This talk about a person who being not persuading, but a person who have been it have an instability. This talk about depression. It can talk about self-doubt and fear. Then I have the 5 of Wands upright, where there's a lot of people. It was a lot of fights in this relationship. It's back and forth. I could say that it was. Also, you had too many people in your business and too many people making decisions for you. This is what you call people need to mind their own business, okay? Let me get a little bit more. A little bit more. Oh, baby. It's very telling, so try to rush this reading a little bit. I have the Queen of Wands in reverse. I have the 8 of Wands. This is upright. Okay, I have the 8 of Wands upright. And then I have the 6 of Wands upright. Okay, so the Queen of Wands, this is a person who was being very materialistic. A person who was very irritable. Oh God, she was being. I could say this is Gabriel. I know me kind of messing up on what my words are, but it does shows that she was very moody. I don't like the fact that she was she just had a lack of mindset, and also it was just she was being not, let's say, faithless, or she wasn't being faithful. It was pretty much being a person who you could not trust, who was very untrustworthy. Also, I had the 8 of Wands. Things had to happen so fast. Like there was a lot of traveling, someone moving out, or somebody moving on. This could also mean, you know, receiving you have to act fast. And you have to act fast so that you can show your victory, which is the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is like getting a public recommendation. The public is just going to be on your side. They're going to, you know, protect. You know, people have their feelings on this. And they actually they're rocking behind Kai. I have the Ace of Cups in reverse. That means, oh yeah, baby, that was the end, a breakup. And then also somebody wasn't truly having the same feelings as the other. So it was repressed feelings. There was really no love there. Oh, I got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups of a person who's being very charming. And someone came in unexpectedly. And this calls a 3 of Cups in reverse. That means having a third party. That could, like I said, this could also mean cheating. And not only just cheating, gossiping. So at the end of my deck, I have the Ace of Wands upright. So that means somebody fit be sexual motivated. So Guy was like, okay, Sep, you gonna do this? If I were him, be careful, all right? Don't sling-a-ling your diggling everywhere, okay? You might end up with a surprise. But so that was a reading on Kai Cenat and Gabriel Alea. I keep calling his name wrong. Kai Cenat. Sorry. Child, whenever I get it right. This reading went on a little longer, but that's fine. But it is what caused the breakup was actually what he said it was. It wasn't no cap. She did something very deceptive. She brought another third party into a relationship that she shouldn't have. And a person who was acting like he was it is what really happened. He just, I mean, the whole car thing. She said it did not go that way, but there was another guy. And it might not have been no NBA young boy, whatever. It might have been someone else. But he saw something and she wasn't loyal. So that's what the reading is giving me. All right. So till then, you guys, please do not be afraid to hit that like button. All right. Do not be afraid to hit the like button. And please subscribe to my channel. Until then, have a wonderful, blessed day or night. Bye. Peace.